Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Tommy, Urban D, Kyllonen, right here in Crossover Church down in Tampa, Florida. And my life has really been a rebuilding journey. Originally, I'm from Philly and grew up in the church, around the church, was there pretty much all the time because my dad was the pastor. So I was what's known as a PK. But even though I knew about Jesus, I didn't always know him. And as I became a teenager, I began to kind of get influenced and sucked into the street life and hip hop and the culture that was around me that I was growing up in. And soon I became very broken. But in my brokenness, eventually I came back looking for God, and God drew me back in and put this passion inside of me as I got rebuilt to rebuild others. And so I went to Bible college. God put a calling for me to do urban ministry, and almost 20 years ago came here to Crossover Church. And so I've been in full-time urban ministry at Crossover Church for that length of time. Also doing music as well, as I'm a hip-hop artist. I've had the privilege and opportunity to do 8 full albums and travel literally all over the world with my music and telling my story of how God rebuilt me and how he wants to rebuild others. So I was the youth pastor here at the church the first 6 years, and then I kind of got pushed into being the lead pastor. And we were just a little handful of people 13, 14 years ago, and we began to reshape and rebuild the way we were doing church, and the church began to explode with growth. So eventually, a few years back, we relocated into this facility, which used to be a Toys R Us building, 43,000 square foot building in the heart of Tampa's inner city that we totally retrofitted and rebuilt. And so during this whole process, as we've literally seen thousands of lives rebuilt for Christ, God has been brewing this book inside of me called ReBuild. And so I'm really excited about it as it's out now. ReBuild, talking about resetting your life, renewing your church, and reshaping your world. And so in this book is a lot of my story that's kind of weaved in, a lot of Crossover Church's story, and our crazy journey of our young, innovative urban church taking on this huge rebuilding project of this Toys R Us store. And then the biblical thread of Nehemiah. Nehemiah is weaved all throughout the book, and this journey as we see Nehemiah leave the palace, go back to Jerusalem, rebuild the walls in just 52 days, but not just rebuild the walls physically, but rebuild the people spiritually and the city economically. And so that's kind of the biblical backdrop of the book. But there's so much great stuff in the book to help you rebuild, because we're all broken and there's brokenness all around us. And Christ is the only one that can heal us. So I hope you'll check out ReBuild. I pray that it blesses you, your family, your friends, your church, the people around you. And it challenges you as you're in this rebuilding journey to help rebuild others around you. I'm Urban D.